ना क्या था?
हाँ अभी लिख सर।
वो
अभी लिख सर।
What book are you reading? Actually, I thought I'll call you for 2 hours. I told her on the time. It will also go.
No, she didn't.
She did not. I know. I wanted to call you for 2 hours today. So we have now we have already finished footprints without feet. The whole thing. Yeah, thank you.
I guess making of scientist is remaining with.
Yes, making of a scientist is really.
Ma'am, actually, can we just schedule a grammar revision class for next month?
Yes.
Because grammar revision
Next week, na?
That. Because if we will do, then I have to prepare for the revision of the chapters are quite much in first minute. And I have my exams from what is the madam writes the bus?
What we'll do, no? 6 to 8. Next week, 6 to 8, both of you will come.
6 to 8, 6:30 to 8:30.
6:30 to 8:30. Can we have it before that?
I would have it after 3 o'clock. Because I come at school from 3:30. We have extra lectures going on.
So let's keep it 6:30 to 8:30.
If you want, we can keep from 5 to 7 also. We don't mind that. But school is taking extra lectures. So coming from at 4 o'clock is a bit tiring.
I'll ask, but they usually like it because
Classes 30 to 8:30. They will put you that. Because ICT is also
Yeah.
there, right?
I've finished portion in ICSE. I'm done with ICSE actually.
Too fast. I guess they have less questions.
No. They started before you. We started ICSE March almost.
In month of March they had started. We had started at April 9.
Late April.
For science, maths, and from April 28, we had different subjects.
So since we started early, we are done.
What we are going to do?
So next week, tell them also. They will
We
come.
will say them right now.
What?
We should say them. They will come now, right? The year has come, so like it's terrifying. Thunderstorm is like.
So what is remaining now is the sermon at Banaras.
Sermon at Banaras.
And Gregory, Tale of the Custard Dragon. And
Proposal is done.
the proposal is done.
I'm making of a scientist.
Making of the scientist, how
Footbridge.
No. Let's do that then.
Sir, I didn't want that for you. I thought you will do it with the first try.
So then remember we have to do that, huh?
Let's complete the sermon at Banaras.
Should we do the 9th one? Let's complete the Tale of Custard Dragon.
What is that? It's a poem, right?
Yeah.
And poem is in volume 3. So it's far better to do the lessons.
You have not got the volume 3.
Yes. I thought first slide that I can remember poem was there in that book. They are only first one.
133.
Which one?
Sermon. Do you have, you don't want to do the poem, right?
Yes. You said 133. I said the page also doesn't exist in this book.
Yours is something else. The sermon at Banaras.
Is it interesting?
Yeah, it's very nice.
It's very small.
1 minute.
It's all over 2 years.
The sermon at Banaras.
Why is it so small? This much. Only 1 page.
It is a story from the
Gautam
Gautam Buddha's life.
So,
So let's see. Gautam Buddha, he gave the sermon, no, the first, when he attained enlightenment, his first sermon after enlightenment was at Banaras.
what is meant by sermon?
the talk that he gave to the people.
Acha, like the thing about learnings, what he had got from
Yeah.
English,
What he had got from?
what he had learned,
Yeah, over the.
probably from his guru or school.
No, he
Yeah,
did
he didn't
not.
have any guru.
He did not have any gurus. It was like self-realization. Okay. Gautam Buddha began life as a prince named Siddhartha Gautam in northern India. At 12, he was sent away for schooling in the Hindu sacred scriptures, and 4 years later, he returned home to marry a princess. They had a son and lived for 10 years as befitted royalty. At about the age of 25, the prince, heretofore shielded from the sufferings of the world, while out hunting, chanced upon a sick man, then an aged man, then a funeral procession, and finally a monk begging for alms. These sights so moved him that he at once went out into the world to seek enlightenment concerning the sorrows he had witnessed. He wandered for 7 years and finally sat down under a peepal tree, where he vowed to stay until enlightenment came. You understood so far? Gautam Buddha.
His real name was Gautama. Then he was sent for schooling in Hindu sacred scriptures at the age of 12. Then when he returned back after 10 years, he got married to a princess.
He returned back after 4 years.
Yeah, 4 years, 10 years. So yes, then she got married to a princess. They had a son and he lived for 10 years as
Lived for 10 years,
Retired royal.
like as royal members. Okay. Then he was always shielded from
Royalty.
he was always shielded from
Sufferings of the while hunting upon chance upon a sick man, then an aged man, and then a funeral procession, and then finally a monk begging for alms.
begging for alms. And these sights
Moved him that he went out into the world
so moved him that he decided to leave everything and go seek
at night.
enlightenment. What did he want to know? The cause for the sorrow that he had witnessed. He wanted to know what is the reason of this cause for the sorrow. ये दुख का जड़ क्या है? दुख का reason क्या है? Cause for the sorrow. So how long did he wander?
For 7 years.
Yes. And finally he sat down under a
People
and decided, wow, that he will not move there.
under the enlightenment.
Yes.
What about his wife and son?
He had left them, no, he left them. That's what it's a different philosophy. Some believe that you will not get true enlightenment until you carry out the responsibilities of that. Some say you will not get enlightenment if you stick to the family.
It depends upon you. Enlightenment after 7 days, he renamed the tree, the Bodhi tree of
Wisdom.
wisdom, and began to teach and to share his new understandings. At that point, he became known as the Buddha, the awakened or the enlightened. The Buddha preached his first sermon at the city of the Vinax, most truly of the different places on the river seas.
Buddha. Buddha means enlightened.
That sermon has been preserved and is given here. It reflects the Buddha's wisdom about one inscrutable kind of suffering. Kesa Gautami had an only son and died. In the grief, she carried a dead child to all her neighbors, asking them for medicine, and the people said she has lost her senses. The boy is dead. At length, Kesa Gautami met a man who replied to her request. I cannot give the medicine for the poor thigh child, but I know a physician who can. And the girl said, pray, tell me, sir, who is it? And the man replied, go to Mr. Kyamuni, the Buddha. His son Gautami replied to the Buddha and cried, Lord and Master, give me the medicine that will cure my body. The Buddha answered, I want a handful of mustard seed. And when the girl in joy promised to procure it, the Buddha added, the mustard seed must be taken from a house where no one has lost a child, husband, parent, or a friend. O Kisabotami now went from house to house, and the people pitied her and said, here is mustard seed, take it. But when she asked, did a son or a daughter, a father or mother, die in the family, the answer, alas, the living are few, but the dead are many. Do not remind us of our deepest sin. And there was no house, but some beloved one had died in. Isabotami became very, very unhappy and sat down at the wayside, watching the lights of the city. As they flickered up and then extinguished again, at last the darkness of the night reaching
Reign everywhere. Reign everywhere. Ruled everywhere. REIGN means to rule.
trained everywhere. And she considered the fate of food and the living
Fate. Fate.
and the lips flickered up and are extinguished again. And she thought to herself, how selfish am I in my Death is common to all, yet in this valley of desolation, there is a path that leads him to immortality, who has surrendered all selfishness. The Buddha said, the life of mortals in this world is troubled and brief and combined with for that is not any means by which those have been born and were died after reaching old age. There is that. Of such a nature are living beings. As ripe fruits are early in danger of falling, so mortals when born are always in danger of death. As all earthen vessels made by the potter and then made to lucre, so is the life of mortals, both young and adult, both those who are fools and those who are wise, all fall in the power of death. All are subject to death. Of those who overcome by death, depart from life, father cannot see his son, nor kinsmen their relations. Mark, while relatives are looking on and lamenting deeply, one by one mortals are carried off, like an ox that is led to the slaughter. So the world is afflicted with death and decay. Therefore the wise do not believe. Knowing the terms of the will, nor from will, nor from feeding, will anyone obtain peace of mind. On the contrary, his pain will be the greater, and his body will suffer. He will make himself sick and pain, yet the dead are not saved by his damnation. He who seeks peace should draw out the arrow of lamentation and complaint and grief. He who has drawn out the arrow and has become composed will obtain peace of mind. He who has overcome all sorrow will become free from sorrow and be released.
Not for weeping, not for grieving will anyone obtain peace of mind. On the contrary, his pain will be greater and his body will suffer. He will make himself sick. So he who seeks peace should draw out the arrow of lamentation and complaint and grief. He who has drawn out the arrow and has become composed will obtain peace of mind. You understand?
Like in the personal time, is it describing that?
No, he's saying, see, if you've lost someone very close to you, but if you just keep grieving and crying, you will not get peace of mind. You will only cause more pain to your mind, to your body. So what you need to do is pull out this arrow of lamentation, complaint, and grief. Like why with me? Why it has happened to me? That is the biggest complaint that people have. So you need to pull out that arrow, throw it, and then understand that if you remember, become composed, difficult, but only then there will be peace.
It will happen slowly. It has happened to me also. Like I have not still yet forget everything, but
Yeah.
I'm still trying.
Okay.
Happens will happen, whatever is there, written in the fate of the person. We cannot do anything.
Yes.
What hurts the most is that when he dies, when you are the most closer to one, in his nearer times of death. When my grandfather died, I was close to him for 6 months. And after when he died, when I came to my house and puja was going. So all my brothers and cousin brothers said that you are the one who is close to him. I'm always the close one. They all are afraid of him. We don't know why. They are always afraid to go to near my grandfather. I am the only one who will jump for them, do everything, even not school. It's very funny, no? Grandparents are taking. And the one who fear is that what will happen if I lose my grandmother.
Oh.
That will be a strike of mind, and I said, I have to. That will happen when I will be like away from this burden of studies. That happens is great. This studies and that studies. It happened when I had my last term of examination.
Oh.
But so vertical after 5 days, I had my dance examination too. When he died, after 4 days, I came to know that he had died. No one ever told me. They said that you will go and meet in the hospital. I was like, how I then I saw that one day, I guess I have seen his photos. My big brother, big uncle had sent me the photos of my mom's mom. It's like he's very similar to my Nana. Then I was like, I called my Masi, give the phone to Nana. He has woken up, right? You said after 2 days he will woken up from the operation or whatever he had. Then at last they told me that he's good. You cannot cry because you will cry, other friends will start crying. No, that is like very real help for us.
Yeah.
We our cousin brothers will be looking at each other. We cannot cry, we cannot say anything because if we cry, they will start.
The parents will start crying.
Parents will start, and my grandmother will also
Yeah.
start crying. And if they cry, they will all fall sick in 5 minutes. 5 minutes they will cry, and for 30 minutes they will not wake up from them. They will all go there. They have high pressure BP, right? The lower it becomes, the more it's dangerous. It's like it was very hectic for us. What should we do? And boys, they say boys are very tough, but they are not. I have seen my mama crying, but he was controlling our emotion.
Yeah.
And it said right on that 10 day when you take a bath on the river or something, you will see the shadow of the ghost. It was grateful. I have not seen because if I had, I have not seen her.
But why? I always feel why? Why do you say you will not sleep? Because if it is the shadow of your grandfather, then if he's a why
Thinking,
no, he will never do anything wrong.
I know that's yeah, but
He'll always try to protect you.
that's what. It's a little,
So-
it said that God also protects you. I have seen that when I have accidentally had killed a lizard when I was in my hometown. So I had to stay 7 days alone in my room.
What?
Yeah, it's a ritual. I don't know what. If I forgot, like if you slap the lizard, like if you have killed him, you have to stay alone because it's a scene. You should not kill any animal.
Okay.
And so it's like staying at night alone. Living in village that is very scary. In the birds
Yeah.
are like, oh, it's like, wow, I'm not always scary. This is very scary. Then I noticed from many days that there used to be a butterfly on the wall. It had stick for this whole 7 days, and after I left the room, it flew.
Huh?
My master said that see the bird is also protecting me. You say that bird is not there, but in the surroundings is always there. I always feel like my nana is everywhere. And when I will go to terrace, I will always stare at the night. And one day my friend asked me, you're staring at that star. I said, that is my nana.
Where would he stay? You're only in Mumbai.
No.
Okay.
In lockdown, I went, right? For 6 months, I went there. I stayed with them. Really fun. Still, I remember when we used to do the grades. He used to eat beetle. Beetle park. One day, what happened? We were staring at the balcony. There was a monkey and a child. So I said that he's the wife of that monkey. The husband is playing. He couldn't control it. He was laughing and laughing. He couldn't control it. He threw the juice on the wall. You know the rituals they have. Don't touch me. Still, I don't get till the dinner. Don't do that. Don't do that. She will not even sleep on the bed till evening when the puja is done. From the Satya itself, she will not even let you touch her. Cannot even touch the fridge. India sat on the bed. She cannot go to the kitchen.
I don't understand what is this.
And it is one of the man of the olden things. Their grandmother's greatest grandmother used to do that. So they get on to sit there. He's like, what are you doing? To bickering them. It was so great. My nanny got so angry that she said that get up from here. I am not give you dinner. I am not give you tea. Whatever, just let me watch. After 1 hour, she was asking my grandmother. She said, ask your grandmother, will she have a tea? My grandmother said, yes, tell her I will not, I will let you, you will not ask me. It is so fun. Grandmother and grandmother will bickering. That's like expenses. You cannot even poke it. You poke, you are going to die. So very fun. Memories are always on the same.
Yeah.
It's like, it's been like, why you should have any stay for one number? Then I discovered that he's also feeling like getting on the age of 75 is not that easy. Blurriness. He had operation of his eyes.
Oh.
They get operation, and he was going to get operation on the second day. But what happened? Water has got on his lungs, and they were taking it out, and suddenly his heart stopped beating, and his heart stopped beating. It just happened in the second 30 seconds. Doctor tried their best for 10 minutes to gain life, but he's yeah, video called me on that day at 3 p.m. He was eating idlis. And it's like, see, I'm eating idlis. You said, sit there and eat your tea and biscuit. He was saying me. And I was like, 2 hours before he was eating idlis, and after in the 5 seconds or 30 seconds, he died. And heart disease is like, how can it happen? Heart stop beating. The 5 seconds, and they even tried with that electric one, but no. Or alas, but it couldn't do. That was a very great thing that my uncle, my mother's brother, used to live in Bhutan that time, and getting the phone connection is not good. Then they were telling that we'll keep the body for 3 days because my
Mama
mama will take 3 days to come, right? There is no great flight to come from Bhutan to Odisha. You have to go to Delhi, then to Kolkata, then to Odisha. And they had to get permission because Corona was going on there. And that, what is that? Quarantine.
Yeah.
You died on that quarantine. Stay here for 14 days, stay there for 14 days. It's like, why to go anywhere? Sit where you are. Yeah, then what happened that they said that after riding in Odisha, you have to take a quarantine for 7 days. I did. We did. And on the 9th day we went out. Someone is telling that my dad has got corona. My dad is like, what the shit is this, yaar? You took my blood test right now in the morning. You said about corona. Anganwadi is there or in they say the older brother, younger brother said that how you got mad? What is this? You had done the test yesterday again, and in 2 hours you got so much shit. The people is like, if you come from Mumbai, you have corona. If you come from outside of Odisha, you have. Is there any reason in the book that if you come outside, you have? I was always saying that don't go to Odisha. They will say that you have corona.
When her son dies, Kisa Gautami goes from house to house. What does she ask for?
She asked for medicine
That will cure her son.
does she get it? No.
Asking for medicine. What is does she get it?
No.
Why not?
Because when Gautam Buddha said that
There is no medicine for dead
there's
person. Medicine is for the alive people. Kisa Gautami again goes from house to house after she speaks with Buddha. What does she ask for the second time around?
She asks for mustard seeds from the family, and she would mention that if anyone had died in
She was asking for mustard seeds from a family where
no one had died.
no one had died. Does she get it? No. Why? Because there is
Everyone Yeah.
She does not find any family where
Persons have.
death has not taken place. What does Kisa Gautami understand the second time that she failed to understand the first time?
She understood that the death is common to all, and here with this value of desolation, there is a path that leads him to mortality by surrendered all solutions.
Yes.
That death
She
is
realized
common
that death is common to all.
and there is no cure for death people.
Yes.
Once they are gone, they are gone.
Yes. And then path that leads him to immortality, who has surrendered. Only a person who has surrendered all selfishness can become immortal. Okay, will you remember that? Only a person who has surrendered selfishness becomes immortal. Uh, Try solving the objectives.
Then the second part too. Good grief. No, I don't understand. It is in letting speaking, right? I have part another second.
Try doing the objectives. You have not those objectives?
I have done two.
Oh, there's the answers. This is volume 2, no? Do the third one. I'll let volume 2. Page number
167. It's 165, so I will go 61.
Okay. Tell the first one.
The community response to PISA in the emergency that have somehow different from before. What do you think that was the case? They were able to help PISA in some of this time. Which of the following options represent the correct understanding of the word
Poor.
interface for PISA problem? Unfortunately.
Unfortunate. That's it.
Do not remind of our debate screen. The tone of the speaker is ironic.
No, solemn. Solemn. They're sad.
Take the option that explains the leaving few but that many. It throws light on the numerous loved ones the villagers and lost ones. Imagine the photojournalist simplicity at the time Lisa Watterly went from house to house. To document the experience given in the about extracting of the series, your publisher was to publish the photo series in 3 parts. Within part 1 shows Lisa's visit to the houses. Part 2 reflects the conversations with people, and part 3 captures Lisa's reflection of the environmental sitting on the basement. Publisher would also likely to choose titles for the series and its 3 parts. Without titles, we will go and choose the options that provide the most appropriate set of titles. 2 and 3. I think we will.
Yeah. Third one. Mother's journey.
So, what was the next? Third or second?
What?
Which paragraph next?
Next, no? Maybe the
Third one.
third one.
If Buddha were a consider, which of the following options would you find in a
Brochure.
brochure of the service? Third, C, image 3.
That after all is the common expectation from birth.
Neither here actually was.
Yes.
Which of the following statements cannot be attributed to the Buddha based on the given extract? First and third.
Pain and grief are unavoidable and necessary, and universality of grief and pain makes us sad. Understanding that life is finite leads to wisdom. The inevitability of death makes grieving. The option that appropriately completes the following: lamentation, grief,
Celebration joy.
yes.
According to the Buddha, peace of mind is attainable by those who recognize terms of life and let go of conflict.
And let go of complaint.
The given extract is paraphrased below, choose the option that includes the most appropriate solution for the facts. The act of breathing is not only pointless, but rather causing pain and suffering.
Yes.
But counterproductive, rather causing pain and suffering. It only serves to take away peace of mind. Acceptance without complaint is crucial to well-being in these second levels.
Okay. What did Gautam Buddha want Kisa Gautami to understand?
Right?
Gautam Buddha want Kisa Gautami to understand
That is common to all.
yes. And no one can, there is no medicine to the dead, and no one can save the dead one. No one can save the dead. So wise Do not grieve, but accept the truth of self.
My favorite alchemist series.
Sorry,
Alchemist series.
the novel Alchemist. Are you reading Alchemist
Series.
series? Means
Follows. The
Alchemist.
series I am reading. I'm reading the 11 minutes. That's where the web page, sitting at the bank and flipping down. Yes. This all we have to register in the library and take it. It's interesting. They didn't provide us in the ninth standard, so it's far better if we do now.
Okay, what were the sights that moved and shocked Gautama?
What were the sides and
Sights that moved and shocked Gautam. No.
Gautami?
Gautam Buddha.
The side of okay, from first he was deliberately
Shielded
from the sufferings
of the world. Yes.
And one day he chanced upon a sick man, then an aged man, then an
Funeral procession.
funeral procession. Finally, see how monk begging for alms.
Monk begging for alms. Yes.
And this side moved him, and then he went out in the world, seek solution of all this suffering, and wanted to seek enlightenment. Yes.
What is the message of the story?
Is the message of the story. Position of power and privileges.
See here, describe the main message, page 171, 10th answer.
Who wants to understand this world is full of suffering, there can decay that spares no one. That is the ultimate aim of life. Everybody that is born today will die sooner or later. No lamentation and grieving will later to their life.
So write this answer. Write two answers only. One is, how did Kisa Gautami realize that life and death is a normal process? The second one is, Second one is the last question from the textbook.
How do you understand the idea of selfishness?
Yeah, it is there in in this book, page 174. Fourth one. Next time, get both the books. So once we finish this, we have to do the custard dragon also. Done? Tell what you have written.
Isa furtherly realized that life and death is a normal process. After Buddha asked him to get the handful of mustard seeds from a house where no loved one had died. When she went to all the houses and asked, she realized that there is no one in the world whose dear ones hadn't died. Then she understood that death is common.
Okay. If the question is how did she realize the universality of death? This is same answer. Okay. Now the next one. How do you usually understand the idea of selfishness?
It's like doing something for everyone else and
Yes.
not caring about others.
Others. Very good. Do you agree with Kisa Gautami that she was being selfish in her grief?
So she was not wrong because she loved his son very much and he was a dear. Is it
She
natural?
was. It's a natural feeling out of mother's love, but it is not possible.
To get back? This, the visurgent day, we had dance on first night and Sunday. We slept at 2 o'clock at night, woke up at 9 o'clock. I woke up at 9 o'clock. Every other children who were there, they woke up at 12 o'clock. Then I again after giving exam here, I thought that I will sleep for 1 hour. Then I will go to that. I slept at 2 o'clock, woke up at 8 o'clock. And at that also I was feeling that sleepy that we went to sleep. And I woke up today at 6. When I was about to wake up at 5. I woke up at 5 o'clock. And like, it is painful again. So yeah.
You
My
didn't
mom
go to
also
school?
didn't see something because we were first time. And our lift, the lift is also not working. And working down to 6, not 1,000 times a day. And going to school also. And working there for 6. It's like I cannot do it. The legs are like they're severely paining of everyone. Still, fourth floor is fine. The moment you climb to the fifth floor, it feels like you don't have your legs anymore. Actually, in school also for 2 years we lived in the fifth floor. So we got habituated to it. And suddenly when you see that climb to sixth floor, we will, everyone will cry aram se they will climb to the fifth floor. The moment we have to climb the one floor, it's like we can only
The sixth floor, climbing to sixth floor.
we always climb.
How do your teachers climb? Where is the staff room?
They climb their lift. They have lift. We are there. The children will go in lift, First to fifth will go. Their bags are heavy. They have picked up bags and that's our bricks are there on them. This books. But 400 pages notebook, practical is like, is that a joke for us? You are not giving us cupboard for keeping textbooks. You have given every facilities to children. And we are in sixth floor, you are not given them anything. Only a book, only a table, only a blackboard and benches. And 3 4 windows. And they expect us that we will bring books every day when we are not giving this cupboard. And on that, if we say that our hands are paining, they will be like, we will take your bags, go by walking. Is it a difficult job? One day our legs got damaged and due to frequent electricity going, because there was heavy rain. That day, the teachers climbed 6. We were so happy. They were like, how do you climb? They have only climbed one time. And we are here, go to assembly, come up, go for dispersal, come up, go for recess, come up, go for filling water bottle in the third floor. Because we don't have water cooler in this floor. Half of the time there is cold water. And we have to drink like normal. We have to go to third floor. Chalk is finished, go to the first floor and bring it. And our principal is like, telling to Maushi that don't take them. Repeat. Yes, they will climb for one time and we have to climb 7 times a day. And they are saying that how could you climb? You are tired of climbing one time at time and like they are climbing up and down all the day. Then DSO came up. The DSO matches.
Yeah.
Go for practice. We will be tired. If you are not water bottle, climb up to 6th floor, then go downwards after 1 hour, again climb 6th. It's like we are robots doing it's like that. Then we see that
Write the last answer first.
I write. Work is then first, then after. First, I don't know. Not so. For this 80 to 100 to 120 words, how many lines should be right?
More than 15 lines.
Here it is given only 6 lines.
Yeah. So in your notebook, how many are?
That's not only
6 only.
6 lines.
You have to expand.
for expanding our class.
How do you usually understand the idea of selfishness? First line, there is nothing much. Okay. Many people. Do you agree, Kisa Gautami, that she was being selfish in her grief? Then you will write right from the beginning. Kisa Gautami lost her only son. Her only selfishness was she wanted her to revive her son. Out of grief, she went looking for medicine in all her neighbors' house. She then went to Gautam Buddha and requested him to revive her. She was not it was not really selfishness, it was the grief of a mother who had lost her only son. And but when it was when Gautam Buddha made her realize that death is common and if nobody can escape death, that's when she realized that hope Sarah, that what did she realize?
Death is common to all.
And it is if you weep and grieve, that you will never attain a peace of mind. So write that line also. Only grieving will not you will never attain a peace of mind. And she decided to accept the reality. So it was not selfishness, it was out of grief. You wrote? But will you remember that if this question comes for 3 marks, then थोड़ा ज़्यादा बढ़ा चढ़ा के लिखना. 6 marks तो बहुत ही ज़्यादा लिखना.
Only 100 to 120 comes for 6 marks. We don't have 3 markers, right? We only have 2 markers and 4 marks.
2 markers and 4 markers.
And then direct.
2 markers.
We have
3 markers. No.
We don't have 4 markers. It's different for other subjects.
Wondering what is it say?
Yeah.
2, 3 and then 6. Yeah.
2, 3, 6.
Yeah.
In letter writing also it's 6. 6. Now if the writing is for 10 marks and the letter comes for 6 marks, then what will come for 4 marks?
You have diary entry, na?
Yeah, that is. No, analytical writing.
Analytical paragraph.
We don't have writing. This for those people. Is that who are this one?
Namaste.
Namaste.
HNM का शर्ट पहन के क्यों आया?
पहनना है?
नहीं पहनना. बहुत बकवास लग रहा है इसमें.
ओके. इसमें तेरे कमेंट्स नहीं मालूम.
मैंने बोला मेरा मूड था. वो मैं सुंदर
मैंने तेरे कमेंट्स को सीरियस नहीं लिया.
एक बड़ा है अपने ग्रेडर से.
Now we move from down there.
I बहुत easy पेपर है. अगर तुम बुक लेकर आना वॉल्यूम कल मार्क करके देखो ना उधर से क्वेश्चंस पढ़ लेना. सेम टू सेम क्वेश्चन करवा देंगे. लाइक तो मेरे आंसर.
5 and 5 होता है रे. 6 and 4 नहीं. It's 5 and 5.
I will share. बहुत easy है वॉल्यूम के क्वेश्चन के.
Okay. Next time bring your both the textbooks, huh?
Okay. I'm say them also.
Okay, next time we'll have grammar, boys. So you also come at 6:30. So 6:30 to 7:30 we'll have grammar, and then 7:30 to 8:30 we'll have your class.
Okay.
Sorry.
ये ले तेरा कार्ड
रास्ते में कुछ
मेरे को भी नहीं क्या है? अरे ये मैं फाड़ दिया गलती से तो सेक्टर्स और बोल और कुछ चाहिए तो बोल क्या क्या है देख इसको यूपी में अरे सच्ची में फोटो देख क्या क्या नहीं गर्ल्स में साथ साइड में हाँ तनाव नहीं आता इंग्लिश में पूछना तुझसे पूछ ले चलो हाँ अरे अभी ये क्या बोलते हैं देख चल रहा है सा जाते जाते उसको क्वेश्चन में पिक करा था
खाना खिलाते हैं
हाँ,
खाना खिलाते हैं
गलती से मैं ऐसे स्प्रेड कर रहा था गलती
पर उनका आए होगा एलएमएस के
यानी कि हमारा अच्छा बाबू क्या कैसे कर रहा हूँ
करना पड़ेगा मुझसे आप करेंगे तो अरे बरोबर को है मेरे पे कॉल जाता है सर कॉल कर
अरे यार कैसा मूड है कितना था यार मैथ्स में और धन्यवाद कौन सा पेपर है अरे आंसर पे से क्या बोल रही मैथ्स कौन सा पेपर है अरे सरफेस से क्या बोल रही 10 मार्क्स का था वो हाँ उसमें से एक 5 मार्क का गलत है कौन सा नहीं पता पर गलत बोल रहे हैं ऐसा गलत हाँ तो 7 है तो कितना बोले 7 है तेरे को मेरे को 4 है कितना है 80% ठीक है अब बढ़ाना पड़ेगा पंप मारने के लिए मेरे को 40% आया मेरे को एग्जैक्टली 7.5 75% आया you know 0.5 marks बढ़ा दिया थे पता नहीं क्यों क्योंकि बोर्ड में 0.5 कहाँ है मंत्र तो तेरे पापा ही है ना चलो मेरे को सर्विस एरिया वाले में 4% लगती है सब देखो 8 है एक्सपेक्टेड नहीं हुआ मैंने इतना खराब एक्सपेक्ट नहीं किया था पर आ गया सवाल
हेलो बॉयज
शुभ नमस्कार
ऐसे तुम हिंदी में बोलते हो जब
संस्कृत
ओके
शुभ संध्या काल नमो नमः
या नमो नमः
संस्कृत
Sanskrit.
वदा
Sanskrit children say. You have Sanskrit.
कक्षायां पठिष्यामि
Correct. Oh, you have Sanskrit, huh?
आम्
संस्कृत क्यों बोला है? तुमको पता है? हिंदी में बोला है ना?
दर्शन
So this teacher, he had taught this happy birthday song to the children. So every time it's anybody's birthday, they sing in Sanskrit.
अरे हाँ वो हमारे से ने भी किया मजा आया ना सर दर्श के बर्थडे को नहीं किया
What is the song for you? That's what they sing.
वीडियो का ऐसा तो आई गेस
हाँ इनका ऐसे है.
मैम इसमें कंफ्यूजिंग कौन सा कब पढ़ने का कौन कब पढ़ेगा मतलब ये वैसा है ड्रामा
हाँ
लेकिन इसमें ड्रामा जैसा लिखा है ये एकदम डार्क जो किया है वो बोल
हाँ कैलिफोर्निया सीजन के नाम है. हमारी कैलिफोर्निया है कहाँ अभी तक आई नहीं.
अरे वो सर्वेंट मैम बस 4 लोग 3 ही लोग हैं है ना उल्टा से 1 2 3 4
आगे जा फिर बहुत
6 लोग
ये
3v3 हो जाएगा
इतना है.
देख मैं डेशियस ब्रूटस ब्रूटस और हाँ मैं करता हूँ
Okay, first let me tell you the story. Okay.
हाँ स्टोरी आप मत बताओ सस्पेंस क्रिएट करो
हाँ, लेकिन थोड़ा इसके पहले का.
ओ वैसा
Okay. So this is one of the very popular books, novel, plays by Julius Caesar. Okay. अभी who's Julius Caesar? Julius Caesar was a very popular Roman leader.
प्रेक्षणा और रियल
रियल है लेकिन ये जो नॉवेल लिखी
वो
ये
fictional है.
थोड़ा फिक्शनली होगा. So Julius Caesar was a Roman leader and he had won good wars, many wars, and उसकी ना उसने खुद के लिए एक बहुत ही important जगह बनाई. In those days in Rome, there was no king. They had a parliament, they had a senate. People would discuss, and all of them would together take a decision. But Julius Caesar had become very popular, and therefore he had also become very dominating. Now there were some people in Rome, they were getting upset with Julius Caesar, and they did not want Julius Caesar to rule over them. Okay. Why don't you sit there so that I can see her? I'm teaching her. You're just reading.
ये सुनने जूलियस सीजर
मैं पिछले चैप्टर्स बहुत काफी है जिसे सुनते मैं बढ़ जाऊंगी.
So, अभी you wanted to do Julius Caesar, Snake के बाद.
देखो आगे क्या करना
वो चैप्टर और स्कूल वाले चैप्टर ही करना चाहिए.
वर्चुअली अरे जाने स्कूल के आगे
So the people but तुम लोग सुन रहे हो या
हाँ सुन रहे हैं बहुत अच्छे से
क्या सुना अभी तक?
हाँ देखो जो जूलियस सीजर है ना
Julius Caesar.
हाँ वही
वो रोमन
हाँ,
मतलब बहुत पावरफुल रोमन
उसमें बहुत अच्छे वर्ड्स होते हैं
हाँ?
वो लड़की है
हाँ?
लड़का
What?
Mami had many great words.
What?
Words.
What?
वॉर
अच्छा words.
लड़ाई क्या नहीं लड़ाई जीता था ना उसने बहुत सारी लड़ाई
We had won many
मैम द
wars.
ग्रेटेस्ट
He had won many wars. You are saying he had many horses.
Ma'am, the greatest and most powerful of the Romans, assassinated by the Brutus. वो जो भी हो फिर उस वक्त पार्लियामेंट होता था। अरे सुनो, उस वक्त पार्लियामेंट होता था तो सब साथ में डिसीजन करते थे।
They did
बहुत
not,
ज्यादा powerful था।
senators did not want, some of the people, they did not want because Julius, they were against Julius Caesar because Julius Caesar was becoming very, very dominant. Okay. So therefore, they decided that one group of people, they decided that they should assassinate, they should take Julius Caesar out. They should assassinate
वो सच्ची
Julius.
में assassinate।
वो तो suspense है.
हाँ।
So they should assassinate Julius Caesar. Okay. Now let's read. Now what is the scene? कि Julius Caesar win होके आया है. Okay. He has won one of the biggest wars. And the second scene was there were these group of people who are upset with Julius Caesar because he's very dominating and they don't want him to become a king. He's becoming so popular that they are worried he might become a king.
पहले से ही तो कितनी से
No. He's a leader. He was a leader, Roman general. He was a Roman general. Understand the difference? Okay. So he was a Roman general. Now, it so happens they decide to assassinate. There's a group of people, they decide to assassinate him. अभी ये प्लान चल रहा है assassination का. कब करेंगे assassination?
suspense।
There is something place called 14th of March. Okay? ये ना बड़ा
डेट है कि
Date.
प्लेस है? 14th of March प्लेस है कि डेट है? क्योंकि आपने बोला ना प्लेस 14th March।
No, I said they decide to assassinate him on 14th of March.
मैं प्लेस
In the play, there is a
play
okay, this is a play. Okay, in this play, they have decided a date, 14th of March. Okay, now because it's an important day. Abhi, let's read introduction. Read the introduction. Okay, you read the introduction.
Julius Caesar is the story of a man's personal dilemma over moral action, set against the backdrop of in political drama. Julius Caesar, an able general and a conqueror, returns to Rome amidst
Intense popularity.
immense popularity after defeating sons of Pompey. The people celebrate his victorious return and Mark Antony offers him the crown, which he refuses. Jealous of Caesar's growing power and afraid he may one day become a dictator.
Cassius.
Cassius instigates a conspiracy to murder Caesar. He realizes that to gain legitimacy in the eyes of the Romans, he must win over the noble Brutus to
His
his
side.
for Brutus is one of the most trusted and respected among all Romans.
Okay.
Brutus, the idealist, joined the conspiracy feeling that everyone is driven by motives as honorable as his own. Ironically, Caesar is murdered at the foot of
Pompey statue.
Pompey.
Pompey was the general before him. Before Caesar became general, Pompey was the biggest, like, main leader. Was a leader. They get into
negotiations।
there becomes difference. उन लोग दोनों में differences आ जाते हैं and they fight a war. Okay, in that he manages to defeat and kill Pompey and his sons.
तो पॉम्पे के ही आदमी थे
कौन?
वो सब जिन्हें assassinate
Some of them supported Pompey. So some of them were not happy with Julius Caesar. Okay. Now some important characters. Julius Caesar, the greatest and the most powerful of the Romans. The second is Calpurnia, Caesar's wife. Mark Antony, Caesar's most loyal friend. Marcus Brutus, Caesar's great friend who joins the conspiracy because of his great love for Rome and the principle of democracy. Now, Marcus Brutus was Julius Caesar's very good friend. Julius Caesar was very, very fond of him. But Brutus. Now, Brutus also held a very high position in Rome. But he too did not like that the Caesar was becoming very, very dominating. He wanted to protect democracy. He did not like that he might become a dictator. And therefore he joined the conspirators. Okay. He did not have any personal grudge against Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar was extremely kind to him. He was extremely fond of him. He was his very good friend. But he thinks, Brutus thinks that Julius Caesar will become a dictator, and that is bad for him. Cassius, instigator and organizer of conspiracy, Decius Brutus, co-conspirator in Caesar's assassination.
मैम ये मार्कस ब्रूटस और डेश
दो नाम है,
दोनों
ब्रूटस
भाई।
नाम के दोनों भाई हैं। ये ऐसे तुम्हारा यश नाम है तो यश तो बहुत सारे होंगे।
यहाँ पर
अभी स्कूल में जाके यश चिल्लाओ 10-12 आ जाएंगे।
पहले इनका
ये ब्रूटस उसका नाम है। Okay, so one person. Let's say now the scene takes place in Caesar's house. Abhi, you will read Caesar. You will become Caesar. Will you read properly?
हाँ properly
Properly. But now, since you have written, read the introduction, you will be everybody, and you will be California. मतलब सर्वेंट और जो कुछ बन आएगा बीच में वो, ओके? तो वो ही मुझे भी।
हाँ बहुत अच्छे से पढ़ रही
अभी सीन क्या है?
कैलिफोर्निया को
ओके, सुन लो, अभी सीन क्या है ना कि बड़ा ही अजीब सा दिन है। The day is very weird. It has been thundering, lightning throughout the day, and they have seen people are coming and telling that they have seen some unimaginable sights. Okay, so everybody is in the house because it is thundering and lightning, and there has been rumors or the news spread that they can see, no, unimaginable sights. The tiger is moving in the capital. The ghosts are walking. अजीब अजीब सी चीजें घटनाएं हो रही है रोम में तो and that news has been spread everywhere, so there is a kind of fear, atmosphere of fear. Okay, that is the scene. Now we are in Caesar's house. Let's see what happens.
Caesar, nor heaven nor earth.
You don't say Caesar, you're Caesar.
Nor heaven.
Tell mine because I don't know my role, right? I have to do everyone.
So now you are a servant for now.
Nor heaven nor earth have been at peace tonight. Thrice had California in her sleep carried out.
Cried out.
Help over. They murdered Caesar, who within
Okay. Thunder and lightning enter Caesar in his nightgown. Okay, so he says nightgown में वो बाहर आया, मतलब वो रात था, late night or early morning. So he said, nor heaven nor earth have been at peace. Neither heaven, it's been raining throughout, there's thundering and lightning. Neither heaven nor earth is at peace. Even California, his wife, thrice, she woke up crying. She kept, no, कुछ तो वो सपना देख रही. She was dreaming and she cried out thrice. Help, help, the murder, Caesar. And he calls, who's within? कौन है भाई वहाँ?
My lord.
Go bid the priest to present sacrifice and bring me their opinion of success.
Okay, so this was the tradition there that if there are something, if you feel that there is something, if for good omen, they would sacrifice. They said go to the priest and perform a sacrifice. Okay, so bali चढ़ाना. तो वैसे So a goat or somebody is sacrificed. So go perform a sacrifice and come and tell me that everything is going right.
I will, my lord.
बोल तू ही बोल
क्या
enter कर
And enter California.
What mean you, Caesar? Think you to walk forth, you shall not stir out of your house today.
So what is happening, Caesar? Why did you send him out? To perform. Why have you sent him out? Like, what is happening? Are you planning to go out today? So he said, you will not stir up. You will not step out of the house today.
Caesar shall forth the things that threaten me need never look but on my back. When they shall see the face of Caesar, they are vanished.
Okay, so he says, yeah, the things that are threatening me, no, they're threatening my back. The minute they see my face, they will get scared and they will vanish. So the things that are threatening me, मेरे मुझे पीछे से threaten करते हैं उन्होंने मुझे अभी तक देखा नहीं है, you know, that way. So they're threatening me from behind. They have just seen my back. The minute they see my face, they will get scared and they will vanish.
Caesar, I never stood on ceremonies, yet now they frighten me. There is no one within, besides the things that we have heard and seen, recounts most horrid sights seen by the watch. A lioness hath helped in the streets, and graves have yawned and yielded up their dead. Fiery warriors fought upon the clouds in line and squadrons, and right from form of war, which drizzled blood upon the Capitol. The noise of battle hurtled in the air. Horses did neigh, and dying men did groan, and the ghost did shriek and squeal about the streets. O Caesar, these things and beyond all views, and do
I do fear them. So she says, Caesar, I never stood on ceremonies. She said, I never paid much attention to omens and, the predictions that were made. Okay, I never paid much attention to them. Yet, now they frighten me. I'm afraid of them now. There are servants, they are saying that the night watch informed them. What did he see? He says recounts most horrid sights seen by the watch. So the night watchman has tells the most horrid sights seen by him. What are those horrid sights? A lioness. A lioness hath dwelt the street. A lioness gave birth to her cubs in the street. See, that is very, very unnatural. A lioness is only found in the forest, and they don't give birth on in the open way. They always hide their cubs and hide themselves while giving birth. Then graves have yawned, graves have opened up and thrown out the dead bodies. The fierce war, people can hear the sound of war. People could hear the sound of war, the war being fought, and upon the clouds. And there is the blood drizzled. It rained that night. It seems the warriors were fighting in the clouds, and that night, yesterday night, it drizzled and it drizzled rain. It drizzled blood. Uh, the noise of the battle hurtled means the clashes could be heard everywhere. One could hear the horses neighing, the sound of horses. neighing, and because the war was on, they could hear the groaning of the dead men. The ghosts did shriek. They could hear the sound of ghosts shrieking. Squeak on the oh Caesar, all these things are very, very unnatural, and therefore I do fear them. So do not go out.
What can be avoided? Whose end is purposed by the mighty gods? Yet Caesar shall go forth. For these predictions are to the world in the general as to Caesar.
Okay. So he says, who can avoid the death? If the God has decided to give death to someone, we cannot avoid it. And all these predictions, these are for everyone. They are not specifically for me. How do you know I am in danger? These are for these specific this prediction for everyone, not specifically for me.
When beggars die, there are no comments made. The heavens themselves begin to quote the death of princes.
Yeah, she says, no, these are unusual signs. When beggars die, we don't see comets. But when a prince is about to die, when a great man is about to die, that time the heaven themselves blaze forth. Blaze forth starts burning. Okay? That's a sign that something unusual, something wrong is going to happen. Ordinary person dies, there's no change.
God would die many times before their death. The valiant never taste of death but once. Of all the wonders that I yet have heard, it seems to me most strange that men should fear, seeing that death, a necessary end, will come when I will come.
It
Re-enter.
will come.
It will come.
Okay.
Re-enter, sir.
Hello, 1 minute. Dialogue खत्म हो गया.
Dialogue.
So, Caesar says, it's a very famous dialogue. Cowards die many times before their death. You know, जो बुजदिल होता है ना, वो बहुत बार मरता है. वो उसको पल पल में मौत का डर लगता है. तो पल पल में वो मरता रहता है. So the cowards die many times before their death. They are always worried. So cowards die many times. The valiant, the brave ones, but die only once. They die only once, and that's the final death. They are not afraid. They don't die 1,000 times out of fear. Okay? He says, of all the wonders that I have yet heard, it seems to me most strange that men should fear seeing that death a necessary end. You know, I always wonder why death is a necessary end. It will happen to everyone. When you can't avoid it, why should you be afraid? Why should you be worried about it? तुम avoid तो नहीं कर पा रहे हो. You cannot avoid it. What's the point in being scared of it? So, will come when it will come. It will come. The end will come when it will come. Yeah, I'm not afraid of death. It will come when it has to come. Okay. So the servant ends.
They would not have.
Hello, 1 minute. The dialogue is yours. What say the augurers? Augurers are those who जो भविष्य बताते हैं, fortune tellers. Okay. So what did they tell? Did they perform a sacrifice? Did the priests perform priests here, fortune tellers or priests? Priests who will tell कि तुम्हारा सब भला होगा, तुम्हारी पूजा करके शांति करके. Okay. So
They would not have to stop for today, plucking the entrails of an offering forth. They could not find a heart within the beast.
okay. So they said, he says that they have told that you should not go out. They would not yet have you to stir forth today. They don't want you to go out today because when they sacrificed the animal, they slaughtered the animal, and when they cut it open, what happened? The animal did not have a heart. They couldn't find a heart in the animal. So therefore they say that's a very bad woman. So you shouldn't go out.
The gods do this in shame of cowardice.
Cowardice.
Cowardice. Caesar should be a beast without a heart. If he should stay at home to beg for fear,
Okay. So he says 1 minute, 1 minute. What he says? You know what? Gods are doing this to shame the cowardice. No, the God has done this purposely. If I stay, you know what does that mean? If I get afraid and stay at home, who I means
Serious.
Caesar. Caesar says if I get afraid and stay at home, then I will become a beast without heart. No? The meaning is it. I will become the God is trying to give me a message that if you stay at home, you are like a beast without heart. समझा कुछ?
Yes.
no,
You understood?
no, Caesar shall not. Danger knows full well that Caesar is
More dangerous.
more dangerous than he. What a
We
we are two lions littered in one day, and I the elder and more terrible, and Caesar shall go forth.
Caesar shall go home. Okay.
Caesar,
So now that is scissors. This is Caesar. So Caesar says Caesar was full of confidence, full of arrogance, too overconfident. Caesar says no. If I don't go out, then it will be as if I am the one who doesn't have a heart. So no, Caesar shall not stay at home. Danger knows full well. Danger also knows that Caesar is more dangerous than danger. Yes, I am more dangerous than danger. Danger also knows that Caesar is more dangerous than it. We are two lions littered in one day. We are two lions. Danger and Caesar are born on the same day. And I am the elder one. And therefore, more terrible. I shall go. समझा? Who's more terrible than terror?
Caesar.
Caesar. These are like great dialogues. The danger also knows who's more dangerous. Then danger also knows Caesar is more dangerous.
Alas, my lord, your wisdom is consumed in confidence.
Okay, so she says, oh no, alas, your wisdom, you cannot think clearly. Your wisdom is consumed in your confidence. You are too overconfident and therefore you are not able to think clearly.
Do not go forth today. Call it my fear that keeps you in the house and not your own.
Okay, so she says, fine, please don't go out today. Think that it is my fear. Tell everyone it is my fear. I am afraid. That and therefore I have kept you in the house. It's not you who are afraid.
We will send Mark Antony to re-tenant the house, and he shall say, "You are not well today. Let me upon my knee prevail in this."
Okay, so she says that let's send Mark Antony and send a word to him, send a message that you are not well today, you're not well today, and therefore you cannot come. And she literally goes down on her knee and requests him, like I'm going down on my one knee and I'm requesting you to don't go out.
Mark Antony,
Let's change. You become Caesar because you got to read, no one of you.
Just
You become Dacian.
delicious. Mark Antony shall say I am not well, and for my humor, I will stay at home. Enter Decius.
Okay.
Here's Decius Brutus. He shall tell them so.
He says, okay, Mark Antony will tell them I'm not well. And and that is the reason, and then I will stay at home. But in the meantime, Dacian Brutus enters. He says, oh, here comes Dacian Brutus.
For the humor.
For thy humor means for that reason.
Caesar. All
अरे
hail.
not Caesar यार, Caesar.
Caesar. All hail. Good morrow. Worthy Caesar. I come to fetch you to these Senate house.
So Decius Brutus, when he sees Decius Brutus, he's like, oh great, here comes Decius Brutus, he can go and give the message. Okay. So Decius Brutus comes and Caesar, all hail, good morning. You, the great worthy Caesar, have come to fetch you. So he praises him a lot. You great worthy Caesar, have come to fetch you. I've come to take you to the Senate house. Now, he also was one of the conspirators. He's acting as if he's one of his very, very obedient followers. Okay?
And you are come in a very happy time to bear my greetings to the senators and tell them that I will not come today. Cannot is false, and that I dare not falsehood. I will not come today. Tell them so, Decius.
Okay, so he says, Decius, see, you have come at the right time. Okay, go take my message to the senators. Go tell them that I will not come today. It's not that I cannot come. Okay, cannot come is not right. I dare not come is still wrong. I will not come. Meri marzi. I will not come. Just go and tell them. He did not want to say, I cannot come, I'm not well. He didn't want to give that in. Why should I give an excuse according to him? I dare not come. It's like saying he's afraid. So say, I will not come. I'm the master. So I will not come. I'm the great general. Calpurnia. Say he is sick. Calpurnia says, वहां से बोली. Say he is sick. अभी उसको दिख रहा है कि वो sick नहीं है.
Shall Caesar send a lie? Have I in conquest stretched my arm so far? To be afraid to tell greybeards the truth. Decius, go tell them Caesar will not come.
Okay. So he says, shall Caesar send a lie? Why should I give an excuse? Why should I give a wrong? Why should I tell the lie? Have I in conquest stretched my arm so far? I have won so many conquests. I have won so many wars. So that I'm afraid to be afraid of these old people who are sitting in the Senate. Old beards means old men sitting in the court. So to be afraid to tell grey beards the truth, the Decius go tell them, I will not. Caesar will not come.
Most mighty Caesar, let me know some cause, lest I be laughed at when I tell them so.
So he says, Caesar, please give me some reason. Tell me the cause of or not coming. Otherwise, they might laugh at me. Why is he not coming? They may not believe me.
Calpurnia here, my wife stays me at home. She dreamt tonight. She saw my statue, just like a fountain with 100 spouts that run pure blood, and many lusty Romans came smiling and did bathe their hands in it. And these does she apply for warnings, for portents, and even imminent. And on her knee, I beg that I will stay home.
Okay. So he says, California, my wife, stays me at home. She has asked me to stay at home. Why? Because she dreamt yesterday night. What did she dream? She
That-
dreamt that
A statue of his had many spots where blood was coming out. Or something.
so Caesar's statue had many holes in his body, and from all those holes, the blood was coming out, oozing out. Okay, and many lusty Romans, many strong, important nobles, they wash their hands in that blood. Okay, so she thinks that this is a sign of something bad. This is a sign of something evil that is going to happen. And therefore, she has begged me to stay and she has requested me to stay at home.
This dream is all misinterpreted. It was a vision fair and fortune made. Your statue spouting blood in many pipes, in which so many smiling Romans bathed, signifies that from your great throne shall suck reviving blood, and that great men shall press for tinctures, strains, relics, and cognizance. This by Kalpunya's dream is signified.
So Decius वहाँ पे he's, you know what, he has actually come there to take Caesar to Senate House. Okay, Senate House is also known as Capitol. Okay, yes, Capitol and Senate House is one and the same. Senate House, Parliament, जहाँ पे सारे senators बैठते हैं ना, senators बैठ के जहाँ discussions होते हैं.
इधर कैसे मार सकता है कोई?
So,
आने जाने में
so तो Senate House लेके जाने वाला है. जाने के लिए. And they were all the conspirators were otherwise also afraid. कि what if he doesn't come? Because he was getting many warnings that this 14th of March is not a good day. So what if he doesn't come? To make sure he comes to the Senate House, Decius Brutus had come there. Okay. So Decius Brutus immediately when he says, no, I'm not coming because my wife saw such a dream. He says, immediately he tells, oh no, your wife has interpreted the dream in a very wrong manner. It was a vision fair and fortunate. It was actually a very good dream. It is a dream that will come, that will bring fortune. It's a fortunate dream. Your statue spouting her blood in many pipes in which so many smiling Romans bathe signifies that from you great Romans shall suck reviving blood. That means you are a great Roman. And from you, they are getting inspired. They are getting inspired. They are taking your inspiration and influence. They are trying to take influence. And the great men shall press for tinctures, stains, relics, and cognizance. So he says that great men shall then, they will dip their handkerchiefs and that color, red color, the tincture means color. It's like a coat of arms. That is, they will wear it with lot of pride. Okay, so he's saying that this is like they are showing this. It means it's a badge of service. It's a respectful service that they are doing. One question I need to ask: what shoes do you wear? What do you wear to school during rainy season?
स्कूल में बोला है कि अगर तुमको चप्पल पहनना आओ
बस स्कूल में चेंज कर लेना
School में आके change करो. So you wear your sandals and you go.
जूते नॉर्मल जूते.
Which normal जूते?
मतलब वो ब्लैक वाले होते हैं ना स्कूल वाले वो
कैंपस के.
Okay. मगर वो गीले होते नहीं है क्या बारिश में? Then don't they stink? Isn't it uncomfortable to sit?
नहीं निकाल देते वो अपने आप सूख जाता है फिर अभी लौटते वक्त अगर गीला हो जाता है तो फिर से सुखा दो.
वो सूख जाता है एक दिन में.
उतना नहीं दिखता. अगर इंटेंसली अगर पानी में जाके कूद रहे हो तो फिर प्रॉब्लम होगी लेकिन वो थोड़े से ड्रॉप्स उतना कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं.
So if none of you walk to school.
No.
So if you walk to school, it will get wet. No.
Yes.
So you get down very close to school.
Yes.
So even you wear those black shoes.
Yes.
One that we change high shoes area.
And you wear socks also.
Yes.
But don't the socks get wet?
No.
There.
अगर वो सूख जाते हैं.
अगर चलते नहीं हो जाता है इसका. चलते चलते नहीं सूखता.
सूख जाता है.
कुछ सूख जाता है.
हाँ जूते खोलो ये पंखे का हवा आएगा सूख जाएगा या तो भी खेलते वक्त
Oh, it's a all-weather shoes, huh? They don't get spoiled in water, rains.
हम ऐसा भी कर सकते हैं ना, वो जो शूज के पैस को है, मतलब नहीं, जो नॉर्मल जो हम पहनना है वो हम लॉकर में रख सकते हैं एंड इट्स लाइक एक दिन जाके रख देने का एंड वो शूज एंड सॉक्स पहन के रखने का एंड देन जब हो जाए दिन खत्म तो वो जो शूज एंड सॉक्स है वो अंदर एंड देन वो जो है पहन के
And this way, have you well expounded it?
And this way, have you well expounded it? Oh, this is how you have explained it now?
I have. When you have heard what I
And
can
this
say.
way, you have very well explained it. It must be like that. This is how it must have been.
I have. When you have heard what I can say, and know it now. The Senate have concluded to give this day a crown to mighty Caesar. If you shall send them word, you will not come. Their minds may change.
It is that I have come here when you have heard what I can say. And I know. So he says, see, I have come here because I am in your, I want good things to happen to you. I've come here because I know I've heard something. I've heard that the Senate plans to give you a crown. They're planning to make you a king. Okay? And if you don't come today, then they might change their mind and you will lose a chance of becoming a king. Now Caesar, he had become so popular, he too wanted to become and so ambitious, he too wanted to become a king. Okay? So he says, see, Senate might change their mind if you don't come today.
उसको हम greedy बुला सकते हैं
Greedy? He was not greedy, he was ambitious. He had won, he had become very popular. So उसको भी तो चाहिए होता है कि he wanted to become a king. He wanted to become a king. So यहाँ पे उसने उसको बराबर चाबी लगाई है Decius Brutus. कि look, I have heard that they are going to offer you a crown. तो crown मिस हो जाएगा ना मेरा.
How foolish do you fear seem now? Calpurnia, I am ashamed I did yield to them. Give me your robe.
Give me my robe.
Give me my robe. For I will go.
Okay. So he also agrees. He tells how foolish do your fears seem now, California? You know, your fears sound so foolish now, California. तुम सब गलत समझ रहे ऐसे नहीं है देखो सही इंटरप्रिटेशन तो है कि they are actually they want to take inspiration from me. Therefore, they are washing their hands in the blood. See how foolish your fears are.
हाँ मार्कस ब्रूटस क्यों नहीं आया? ये डेशियस ब्रूटस क्यों आया?
हाँ दूसरा भी आ रहा है रुको ना इतनी क्यों घाई कर रहे हो?
ना क्योंकि मार्कस ब्रूटस उसका बहुत अच्छा फ्रेंड है तो वो उस पर ही भरोसा करेगा.
नहीं जाएगा सेनेटर मीटिंग को थोड़ी बात है.
Even he was a senator. So it so happens that he says, see, I'm ashamed that I listened to you. You were simply pulling me down. Go get my robe. I will go.
रो मतलब
वो पहनते हैं ना वो robe, the coat ऐसा लंबा. They would wear ना ऐसा. Enter Publius, Brutus. आगे ना Brutus.
कौन सा
Legarius.
ब्रूटस पर वो नहीं डेशियस की
जब ब्रूटस बोला जाए तब इट इज ओनली द ब्रूटस मार्कस ब्रूटस मेटिलस कास्का ट्रेबोनियस एंड सिना ये सब लोग सारे लोग कॉन्स्पिरेटर्स हैं एक्चुअली ओके सो ऑल दीज हैव come to Caesar's house. They have come to Caesar's house to make sure that he comes to the Senate house. Okay?
Good friends, go in and take some wine with me. And we, like friends, will straight away go together.
Yes.
that every light is not the same, O Caesar. The heart of Brutus yearns to think upon.
Okay, so he says that uh, oh, I'm feeling sad that like we are like friend and we are friends is not same. You know, we are friends and we are like friends. कुछ सुन रहे हो कुछ समझ रहे
हाँ,
ये
like
लिखना है
friends और friends में क्या difference है?
Like friends, मतलब friends. बस
जैसे
word बोलने
बनता
का.
है,
जैसे friend जैसे
जैसे बनता
so, और friend is friend. So he says, I'm sorry, I'm very, my heart aches that you are calling me like friend and not a friend. Okay? That you are like my friend. Exits. Now starts the next act and scene one.
That's not.
Yeah, Rome before the capital, the Senate sitting above. So before the capital, सब senators बैठे हुए हैं एक जगह पे.
Are we all ready?
अच्छा बिल्कुल ना short part दिया हुआ. It's not the whole thing. The actual उसमें बहुत कुछ है और आगे.
Are we all ready?
One minute. ये सारा read करो ना. Flourish. When the leader comes, they flourish. They sound that. No? Enter Caesar, Brutus, Cassius, Casca, Decius, Brutus, Metellus, Cimber, Trebonius, Cinna, Antony, Lepidus, Populus, Publius, and others.
Are we all ready?
Are we all?
Are we all ready? What is now amiss?
Okay.
And Caesar and his Senate must give us.
Are we all ready? Should we start the work? What is now amiss? What is wrong? What has gone wrong? What is now amiss that Caesar and his Senate must redress? जिसको सुधारना है क्या गलती हुई है क्या हो रहा है गलत जिसको हम that you want to redress that you want to solve that problem.
Most high, most mighty, and most puissant Caesar met us,
Metellus Cimber,
Metellus Cimber, throws before thy sheep, and humble heart, kneel.
नीली. अभी ये ना इन्होंने सब लोगों ने प्लान किया है कि कुछ ना कुछ एक्सक्यूज देके ना ये सारे उसके आसपास जमा हो जाएंगे उसके पास जाएंगे ओके सेनेट में बिकॉज ही इज अ लीडर ही हैज अ प्लेस टू सिट ही इज स्टैंडिंग देयर इन द सेंटर ओके बाकी सारे ऐसे बैठे हुए सेनेटर्स नाउ दे वांट
हर एक सेनेटर था कि उन सेनेटर्स में से
थोड़े सेनेटर्स
तो
जो
पास में जाएंगे तो सबको पता चल जाएगा किसने मारा
तो बराबर एक्सक्यूज देके जाएंगे ना वो
फिर बाद में वो जब वो वापस आएंगे तब तो सबको पता चल जाएगा कि
हाँ
वो मर
चल ही
गया।
जाएगा यस
तो उनको उन लोगों को असैसिनेट करेंगे या तो बाहर फेंक देंगे।
मगर ये भी तो सेनेटर्स थे तो उन्होंने सोचा कि अगर ये मर गया तो हम लोग ही पावरफुल रहेंगे ना किसी सीजर जैसे को असैसिनेट किया तो दे विल बिकम वेरी पावरफुल so they had planned that for some they will do you know with some reason they will go close to him so first is Metellus so Metellus he goes he like praises Caesar most high most mighty most puissant that is most powerful Caesar Metellus throws before your seat thy means your and humble heart kneeling he goes and kneels in front of the seat okay
I must prevent thee, simple. These couching and these lowly courtesies might fire the blood of ordinary men and turn ordinance and first degree into the law of children.
Okay. So he says one minute. Huh? He says, I must prevent this. I must stop this timber, these couching and these lowly courtesies. You know, this bowing and falling on your feet and all this can might fire the blood, can make impress the ordinary people. Okay? Can impress ordinary people as are you requesting, going down on your knees, couching and all that. But and turn pre-ordinance and first decree That means, and turn the something that is the decision that is made, the law that is being passed, a, a, a law of children. Okay, that means law of children means, see, the law of children is not constant. तुम लोग के गेम्स में लॉ चेंज होता रहता है ना, रूल्स बदलते रहते हैं, कभी ये 4, कभी वो 6, कभी वो 4, कभी ये 6, कभी you keep changing. हाँ, so you keep changing your rules. तुम्हें जैसे कन्वीनियंट लगे वैसे तुम रूल्स चेंज करते रहते हो गेम के. सो लेकिन जो स्टेट का लॉ होता है वो ऐसे चेंज नहीं होता, राइट? सो फर्स्ट डिक्री मीन्स the important laws. So, if you think by couching and pleading, you will change the state of laws of state, then that is not going to happen.
Thy brother, by decree, is banished. If thou close, bed and play and want for him, I spurn thee like a cur out of my way. No,
So,
Caesar,
one minute. Okay, say, read.
no, Caesar, doth not wrong, nor without cause will he be satisfied.
Okay, so he says, thy brother, your brother, see, Metellus Cimber, his brother was banished from Rome, was removed from Rome. He was asked not to enter Rome. Why? Because he had praised Pompey. Because his brother had praised Pompey, just praised किया था उसको, अरे कितना great आदमी था. Caesar got angry and he banished him from Rome. So, Metellus Cimber's brother. So he says, your brother by decree, by law is banished. If you are trying to bend and pray and fawn, request for him, and if you want to change the punishment given to him, I spurn thee like a cur out of my way. I will kick you like a dog. Cur means dog. I'll kick you like a dog out of my way. No, Caesar doth not wrong. Understand? Caesar never does anything wrong. And nor without cause will he be satisfied. And Caesar, see the pride he had, see the arrogance. Caesar never does anything wrong. And if he has given the punishment, there is some cause to it. And without cause, I will not, there has to be a decent cause, only then I will be satisfied. Then comes, what does Metellus Cimber say?
Is there no voice more worthy than my own, to sound more sweetly in great Caesar's ear, for the repelling of my banished brother?
Okay, so he says, is there no voice more worthy? Is there someone who can support me, whom Caesar will listen to? Is there no voice more worthy than my own? Is there anybody whose opinion is more important than my own opinion in the eyes of Caesar? To sound more sweetly in great Caesar's eyes means जिसको Caesar सब सुनेगा, whom Caesar will agree, Caesar will listen. For the repealing of my banish, so that जिससे सजा कम होगी, so that the punishment will be repealed. Repealed means the punishment will be cancelled. Oh, Brutus. Oh, you be Brutus.
I guess the hand.
Thy hand. Your.
I kiss your hand, but
Thy hand.
अरे your वाला ये इतना गंदा,
I kiss thy hand.
but not in flattery. Yes, Caesar, desiring the that
Publius Cimber.
Publius Cimber may have an
Immediate freedom.
immediate freedom of repeal.
Repeal. Okay. So Brutus comes ahead. And Brutus comes and he holds his hand, he kisses his hand. He says, I kiss thy hand. Okay, I kiss thy hand, but not in flattery. I'm not trying to flatter you, Caesar, but desiring that Metellus Cimber's brother's name is Publius Cimber. So he says, I really wish that you will cancel the punishment given to Publius Cimber because the punishment is really severe. बस एक बंदे ने बोल दिया कि पॉम्पे ग्रेट था इसलिए you don't have to banish the man, right?
What Brutus?
You be Cassius.
Pardon, Caesar. Caesar, pardon. As low as to thy foot, though
Doth Cassius fall
Cassius fall, to beg enfranchisement
for
for public.
Publius Cimber. So he says, pardon Caesar. Caesar, pardon. Excuse me, Caesar. Caesar, pardon. Listen to me. Hear me out. As low as thy foot doth Cassius fall. I'm ready to fall as low as your feet. I'm ready to fall at your feet. To beg for enfranchisement, freedom. To beg for freedom of Publius Cimber. So imagine all these men are no ordinary men. All these men are great experienced senators. Each one holds a post and a big post. They are pleading to him, and he's not just not ready to listen. Okay, so that is what was happening in Rome then. He was becoming very dominating, very dictatorial. And therefore, people were getting, these senators were getting upset. अरे भाई फोन रख है अभी 2 मिनट.
अरे मैम दीदी मैसेज.
Okay. Caesar पढ़ो.
I could be well.
Do we have time?
Yes, no.
2 minutes.
Okay.
Duaminta.
If I were you, if I were as you, if I could pray to move, prayers would move me, but I am constant as the northern star, of whose stood fixed and as a resting quality. There is no fellow in the
Firmament.
firmament. I was constant symbol should be balanced, and constant do remain to keep him
Keep him
so.
So Caesar says, I could well be moved. If I were you, I would have agreed. I would have been moved by everyone pleading and requesting. I would have changed my opinion. Okay, but if I could pray to move, prayers could move me. But I'm constant. I'm very stable. I'm not going to change. I'm constant. I'm constant like हूँ पहले ये तो समझ लो भाई. Who is he constant? किसका example दे रहा है? He says I'm like a north star. पूरे sky में in firmament means in the sky all the stars keep moving. Only the north star is constant. Yes, I am that way. I don't change. So he says that I was constant, Simba should be banished, and constant do I remain to keep him so. I had given this decision, and I'm not going to change my decision.
ये सबसे बड़ा था तो कोई नहीं था इसमें.
There was no king. Do we have a king today?
No.
So Rome had democracy. What do you mean?
इतना जल्दी मिल गया.
What? Democracy. This is before Christ.
हाँ इतनी जल्दी डेमोक्रेसी कैसे आएगी?
क्यों? What? Rome had democracy. They had senators. Greek city states always had democracy.
ग्रीक को फ्रीडम मिल गया था.
Greeks always, there was no Greek king. They always had democracy. So Casca. Who will become Casca?
Me.
इसके आगे next week.
होता.
Hey, next week, no, you have come from 6:30 to 8:30 because first 1 hour we will revise grammar and then we will continue with this. Julius Caesar. आना ही है, आ ही जाओ. मैं बोलूंगी लेकिन 6:30. हाँ लेकिन तुम लोग आना.
Single.